Everything starts at birth. You are born, and the only thing you can do alone without being taught is to swallow. So you swallow that food and grow up, and you become big and strong. Your parents are fantastic. They're always there for you when you need them. They're even there when you don't need them. They hold your hand, teach you to walk, sign you up for sports. They encourage you to be you, the true you. You're you for a long time. You're doing great, and every single time that you need something, you always got it, not understanding the concept of money because you never had to. You are lucky, some would say. You're very lucky, but you had a hard time wrapping your head around that. A kid at school bullies you. They knock you down, they take your lunch. Yeah, you grew up with money, but money can't fix emotions, it can't heal invisible wounds. Nothing can. This bully knocks you down over and over starting in elementary school. They seem to grow madder and madder at you over the years and eventually beat you so hard you black out freshman year in high school. You wake up in the halls a moment later, but nobody is around. You go to the bathroom and wipe your face off and return to class like nothing happened. When someone asks you, you say you fell, hoping not to get a reaction out of people, and you never did. A year goes past and the bullying continues. You develop a dark feeling inside you that lasts 2 more years up until the point where you were in the hospital. Up until the point you felt like you wouldn't have to feel that dark pain anymore. You remember the feeling when you woke up in the hospital the past 3 years and you knew exactly what you did. And so did your parents as they looked down at you and hold your hand. Your arms scratched up, your neck bruised. You didn't know what was happening. How are you still here? Everything starts at birth. You were born, and the only thing you can do alone without being taught is to swallow. So you swallow the food, the little bit that was given to you when you were a baby. You grow up and you learn you must find food for yourself. Your parents stopped giving you food when you hit elementary school and said you must figure it out. So you did. You found this one kid who got everything they wanted because they were so rich and their parents gave them everything they asked for. Money wasn't an issue for them. So you find them and you start to take their lunch. They have more at home, and if they're hungry, they can afford to buy hot lunch. You were hungry, and getting a home-cooked meal from that kid's parents was kind of like your own parents made you lunch. Things progressed over the years. The kid you bullied never told anyone, so you thought they didn't care. Or maybe if they went home with an owie, their parents just got them new toys. You start to unintentionally make up situations in your head about everything this kid gets because they seem so much luckier and happier than you. It caused you to get madder and madder. You drove your pain into someone you don't know without even realizing how bad it really got. One day, you hit them so bad, it seemed as if they blacked out, so you ran back to class like nothing happened. You didn't mean for that to happen. How did you do that? Your parents are never home, and when they are, your parent's hurting the other, or they're both passed out drunk on the couch. This goes on for 3 years until it stops. You hear what the kid you bullied did. You truly believe that you did that to them. You're convinced that they just wanted attention, and you start to spiral, and you don't know what to do. And everything in the world seems so much bigger than you. How are you supposed to go through life knowing you killed someone? How are you going to learn from this? What lesson is to be taught? You have a body on your hands, someone who has everything they ever needed. You hurt them because you were hurting yourself. Is this your fault? Why were you dealt the hand you were? Why was this the way things happen? The next thing you know, you woke up in a hospital bed. You are now 18 and nobody was down as your emergency contact. Nobody was there. Nobody cared. Thought your parents would be happier this way. Think the person that you hurt would be happier knowing you didn't get to live on either. There's one person in the room with you. You initially thought it was a doctor, but you can't make out who it is yet. They picked up your glasses from the nightstand and put it on, and you couldn't believe who it was. It was the person you put in the same very hospital, matching gowns with you. Why were they here? Why were they the only person that cares? Why would they care? Hey, they say. Hey, you say. What's your story? They ask. What is your story? The word "your" here is very strong because one simple word represents such individuality that not many people seem to understand, or take the time to understand. The story I shared was of 2 people from birth to 18. I did not assign them gender, sex, nationality, race, ethnicity, sexual identity, etc. The people you created in your minds were based on your life experiences, your biases, and your view of the world. Your view of the world is valid, but don't allow your view of the world to cause yourself pain so big that it is unbearable. Look to your left, right, in front, and behind you. Each person imagine different people for the two main characters, the parents and the doctors. Take a moment to think about who you imagine each character to be. Perspective. Perspective is something we do not talk about enough. Perspective is what drives all the isms with the assistance of fear and ignorance. We have all talked about being students in the sociology field, social work field, criminal justice field, etc. All we hear every time we step foot in the classroom is all the horrible things going on in the world, rarely anything positive. I struggled this semester to separate myself from the classroom. I found myself thinking about these things 24/7. I was trying to separate myself from the classroom, walk out of the room and forget. But that was not the problem I needed solving. I needed to take a step back, recognize that every person is walking a different life. Most things people did to me was not my fault. It was where they are in their walk through life. Note that this is not a justification for all people who have hurt you. This is to show you how to put your mind at peace. The world around us seems to be crashing all the time. The way people treat you is not your fault. You did not do anything. Just hold on to that. We all have biases that we cannot recognize. We have all done things to hurt others unintentionally. To this day, we may still not know what these things were or will be. We are all still learning to be human. I believe this world is a good place, and I refuse to think otherwise. You may think this is immature, but how can one live a life where all there is in this world is pain? There is beauty to every story. It's just a matter of how you find it and to never stop knowing it will come. There is peace in pain. Perspective will help you find that peace.